Hiya, it's Teresa. It's Monday the 22nd of February and this is my Monday moment that I'm going to share with you. I might talk for a little bit longer than normal this morning because I want to talk about something that's been coming up again and again and again in the last couple of weeks with our colleagues on the webinar, and also with some of our clients as well. And this week I want to touch on how to become a learning organisation. And of course, learning organisations are some of the best organisations out there. They take anything that happens to them, good or bad, and they do something with that. They extract the value adding elements of those experiences, let's call them, and they do something with it. That means they capture the important pieces to improve the way that they think as an organisation, the way that they operate as an organisation, and it takes them forward to the next level. So I'll probably talk about this over a couple of weeks actually, but I think today what I just really want to talk about is the first step in this is learning how to learn and understanding where your learning comes from. And at Paradigm, we've got a whole sort of process, as you can imagine, under our Mind the Gap trademark to becoming a learning organisation. And that comes under N for normalising organisational learning. And really that's what this is about. You know, if you're going to learn as an organisation, it should be the most natural thing in the world for you to do. So one of the first questions that I ask our clients when we're starting to talk about this is, where does your learning come from? And that's really the question that I want to put to you today. And I'd really love you to come back and, you know, give me some comments and some information from your organisation. Where does your learning come from? And I really want you to dig deep, because the easiest thing in the world, and the one that normally comes up first, is, well, we learn from the incidents that we have. We do incident investigations, and then we put corrective actions in place, and then we some good companies, some, not many, we review the effectiveness of those corrective actions, and we consider extent of condition, so on and so forth. So when we talk about learning as an organisation, lots of people's minds instantly go to learning from events. And there's nothing wrong with that, that's fantastic. But there are so many other places that learning comes from in your organisation. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to keep this really, really simple. But as you progress through your HOP journey, you will become much more intellectual with your learning and understand more about being proactive, deliberate learning, going out there and actually seeking operational experience from within your own organisation, but also outside of your organisation as well, and also from a different context and different perspective. So perhaps we'll touch on that over the coming weeks, and maybe stick with a theme around this organisational learning. So today I want you to think about, where does your learning come from? And now I don't want you to just sit around a table with your management team and do this. If you're a leader and you have to spend time out in the field this week, this is going to be a great question for you. So everyone you speak to this week in the field, whether that be in your factory, on your construction site, in your shop, in your hotel, in your airport, whatever your field of operations are, I'd like you to ask everyone that you bump into this week, where does our learning come from? How do we learn as an organisation? And I really want you to come up with a list. I'd really love you to come up with a list of more than 100 answers, 100 places that you as an organisation learn from, and 100 ways that you as an organisation learn. So I'll give you a few to start you off. And like I said, I don't want you to dig too deep. I just want you to really try and keep this as simple as you can. And then, as I say, perhaps we'll make a theme of this and we'll try and nail down some of this. But it's a bit of an open sort of question, and any answer fits. There's no wrong answers here. Okay. So, for example, one of the places that you as an organisation learn, and I know that all of you will, you'll spend an extortionate amount of money every year on training your people. So that might be initial new training, or it might be retraining, it might be competence recertification. If you're in the railways, you might be resitting your PTS or your cost ticket. If you work for National Grid, it might be renewing your BESC ticket. It could be the passport to safety. All of the training that all of your people do is a learning opportunity, not just for them, but for you as an organisation. So for example, if I go on a training course today for Paradigm and I come back to the business, what I try to capture, or anyone on my team, what we try to capture is, what did you learn? What's going to be different based on what you learnt? And what can the rest of the team take from that as well? Because it's not just about changing your behaviour or your way of working or your perception of a job. It's about coming back to the business and sharing that with all of us so that we all benefit from that one training course. So that's one place that we learn from. Another place that we learn from is every time somebody takes a day off sick from our organisation. Maybe we want to look at a little bit deeper about what's going on there. Why are they off sick? Are we asking questions? Is it a virus, that they've caught at home? Have they caught it at work? Is it a mental ill health issue? Do we really understand if work is contributing to those things? So there's just two to get you started, and I'd love you to email me, Teresa at paradigmhp.com. I'll put that in the comments with your list of 100 places that your organisation learns from this week. Believe you me, you can do it really easily. But again, tip for leaders this week: part of your conversations in the field, get out there, or even in your management meetings, any meetings that you go to. Start the meeting with a safety message of, can we make a list of all of the sources of learning that we have as an organisation? I'm really, really looking forward to seeing your comments below and perhaps getting a few emails from you with your list of 100 learning sources. Okay, listen, have a great week. It's looking pretty miserable here in Gloucestershire today. I think we're in for a wet and windy week. I hope that if you're in the US, and if you're around where some of my team are in Houston, I hope you're safe. I hope the weather's thawing out there, and I hope you have an amazing week. Obviously stay safe, and I'll look forward to catching up with you later in the week. You might be joining me on my Clubhouse, this new social media platform. I'm doing a Clubhouse meeting today at 1:00. Look out for Hop In, HOPINN. If you want to join me at 1:00, you'll be more than welcome. If you are one of the few who've got a Clubhouse membership at the moment. Otherwise, you can join us on our weekly webinar on Thursday. And of course, that you can look out for Gareth Locke's videos and posts on LinkedIn. He's keeping us out there and keeping us relevant. So have a great week. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.